variety of
What's up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. I know we're a bit late with this Kaguya episode, but things get busy and life happens, so I apologize for the delay, but we'll be covering episodes 7 and 8 in this extended episode, but it's going to be basically an hour. And with me, the usual suspect, my co-host Daniel. Talk to them.
Yo, what's going on, people? Yep, we're back again for another week. 2 episodes of Kaguya to make up for the 1 week's absence, and I think it actually worked out better that we ended up doing 2, because I think episode 7 on its own wasn't actually. When I'm thinking about it, no, it was fine actually. It was probably the week before that was the lackluster one. But yeah, 2 good episodes. So yeah, let's without further ado get into the discussion.
100%. So just to get your overall thoughts on episode 7 in terms of story progressing, because we did get a lot of interesting kind of themes throughout, and unlike episode 6, which was a low-key stinker, well, no, we said what we said about that episode during the episode, this episode really gave us like concrete like character progression and, you know, things that really stand out. So what do you think about it, like just in general, episode 7?
Yeah, as a whole, very good episode. I just rewatched it now, and yeah, it was definitely episode 6 that was the stinker. This episode was good. Like every single part was it added something to the plot, and you can really feel that they're building towards the cultural festival arc, and you can feel the weight of the events that may or may not happen, especially with this episode. I think they're doing a good job building it up, setting things up, putting things in place. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode. What about you?
Yeah, likewise. I thought that it really gave us like something to hold on to in terms of like plot, because sometimes you get, especially with the episode like episode 6, even though I don't want to bang on about it, you feel like we're just being dragged along, and it's like they're doing too much and not really giving us like quality story progression. But it's like episodes like this and 7 and 8 that really like give you key moments where you're like, okay, we're hinting at stuff, but you can see the ball is moving and we're actually progressing towards like a big event, instead of being in like a sense of, you know, in the air, wishy-washy. So it was definitely a great change of pace from that episode, and I really enjoyed it. So jumping in to the first section of episode 7, Miko Iino Cant love, and overview synopsis wise, cultural festival vibes. We're starting to get lit. We're prepping for. It's funny because there's been a lot of talk about this cultural festival, and we like in the last 2 episodes. But you kind of feel you can understand now why there's been a lot of talk regarding it, because you know that this is going to be used as a device to move a lot of things, and we saw it in this episode. We see how Miko Iino and Ishigami are working together. They're doing their job in terms of as obviously part of the presidential group or the staff. They have to make sure the run-ins of like public relations or the venue and everything is working smoothly. That's their job, and it's just kind of interesting to see how much emphasis in terms of the importance they put on a cultural festival as an event for students.
Yeah, I think this is the sports festival's athletic. I think this is more a chance for the students to really enjoy because of the high competition with the sports festival. This is just an opportunity for students to get a break because it's just before exam period, I believe, and so the last big event for the third years too. So I think this event is important as well for just the. I think because the school's so prestigious, having one of these events where people can relax.
Yeah.
That's why they put so much effort into preparing for it. So yeah, but there was three things I wanted to talk about for this part. First of all, what did you think about the slogans that they chose? So I've actually got them here. So they got the first slogan, which was "In the bloom of youth, our powers are mad dope. Shuinshin will blow you away." And then we got the second one. I woke up, lol, for real. It makes no sense at all, but it's totally amazing. LOL. Why don't we party like there's no tomorrow at Shuinshin Festival? This, a million times this. Never have I been a popular otaku. Gonna catch some Z's now. Good night. And the one they actually chose, which was "Let your burning love reach everyone, Hoshin Festival." Which, I mean, I think it's clear which one was the winner, right?
It's very clear. I thought the whole slogan thing was funny, and it was just like, why? I feel like they didn't understand the concept of a slogan to begin with when they were doing the whole long paragraphs really explaining every human emotion possible and every detail of their events, you know what I mean, and adding a little bit extra on top of that. I was like, bro, that's not a slogan. That's, you know, there has to be some precision with your slogan.
That was a paragraph, bro. It's supposed to be concise, no? It should be concise.
It was a sermon. Man was preaching. I was, and most of the things I was confused because I was like, what is that to do with the actual cultural festival? Like, you're just adding other elements that did not need to be involved, and it was killing me. But I have to rate Koyasu, because she was entertaining everybody's ideas. She's like, do you know what? I know it's a Mazza. I know this is ridiculous, but everybody just share what you feel the slogan should be. Just be open and voice, you know. I like her in this because she just really wanted to get everybody involved, you know, and participate.
Yeah, I agree. I think, what do you think about her as a character? Because now we're seeing her a lot more involved, especially ever since she was revealed as Ishigami's crush. We're seeing a lot more of her. I think in this episode you see, you get a bit more insight into what she is like as a person. I think one thing that I took away from her is that the way she interacts with Ishigami is just how she is. As in, she's not giving him special treatment, in my opinion. I think she's just a friendly person, trying to make people comfortable, very welcoming, and she's not really afraid to like get like up close and personal, touchy feely, that kind of stuff. So that's one thing I noticed, or I believe to notice about her this episode. But yeah, what do you think about her character, since we're seeing a lot more of her?
Likewise, I do understand, like, she's not really doing anything out of character when she's engaging with Ishigami. So you're definitely right in terms of that, because it seems like she's just that open and genuine, you know, people person. And even like the way to comfort Miko or to make her feel more comfortable, she kind of got close and more like an embrace with Miko when she was having a palaver, because, you know, Miko, she's just extra, man. Like, even in this section, I love her, but sometimes Miko, like, let people.
I'm proud
just
of her.
No, I know. Okay, I love it, but also it's not every day. You know what I mean? Because there was a moment I was like, bro, just chill. You know, just Miko. You don't have to. But she has to stand for who she is, so I have to respect it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But regarding Koyasu, I think I really enjoy her character and the presence and what she brings. You can see that she's a very aware individual. She's very observant. She understands and like understands the vibes and the current, you know, feel of a situation. And you can see how immediately, in reaction to Miko feeling kind of disheartened in a way, she immediately was like, okay, but I'm going to comfort her and I'm going to protect her, and I'm going to make sure she also doesn't feel neglected, and everybody understands that everybody can have their own opinion on something and have their own voice on something. So you can tell that she's maturer than most of the individuals we've been like privy to or got experience with. So like, it's no surprise she's a third year. She has a kind of different outlook, and like, not like dominant, but people look to her and she's respected, so she kind of stands in a place of influence, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think you can tell she's well known throughout the school just because of her personality. And I think Kaguya even mentioned it, that a lot of people like her, and you can definitely see why she's well liked within the school because of her candid attitude, I'd say. But moving on from that, because before I say another thing I wanted to talk about, what is there any points in this part that stuck out to you?
I like how Ishigami is playing his game, or not even playing his game. I like the way he's maneuvering.
We got the same vision.
You know, that's the vision. I love how, like, throughout this episode, it wasn't like something that was prominent, but it was prominent, but it wasn't like shed a fully, like a light shed fully on it. I think in response to how it was written, I think the writer was also trying to be kind of sly with it. So it's like, oh, this is something that's happening, but it's not the main story. And that also plays in line with what Ishigami's actually doing. He's been very smart, the way he's addressing the points being made and bringing up solutions, and just trying to be someone that's kind of prominent in the group. And it's unusual. I like this aspect of him, because usually he's not the type of individual that he is so vocal. He's not a person that will like the light on him, but he's like, I like this girl, so I have to put myself in a position where I can be, you know, be better prepared or positioned to, you know, get this girl, or for her to build a relationship or rapport, so she can know a little bit more about me. And that was super cool, man.
Yeah, I definitely agree, because the thing is, what I enjoyed is, but first of all, let me say, like, the three guys who were trying to impress her, it's just so sneaky, man. It was mad sneaky the way they were coming, and then Ishigami was coming with good. It's not even because the way they were coming, it kind of felt like they were try harding. They were doing too much to get on to show Tsubame, like, oh yeah, I know this answer. But the Ishigami, he played his game more coolly, as you say. He was calm when he was responding to their takes, and he was giving good answers, well detailed and backed up. Because I think one of the guys were talking about a crepe here, and he was saying you can't have raw fish. Wait, raw fish, rice in the crepe. I'm just like, why would you have rice in a crepe? I was just like, that's such a weird thing to bring up.
You were definitely Ishigami,
he dealt with him. I don't know. That was very weird.
It was very weird, very odd.
But I think this is also, you know, progression for Ishigami. You know, he's more confident now, especially after the sports festival. So he's got the courage to put himself out there and voice his opinion. And, you know, it shows that he's got the skills, because he is, I think we do forget, he is the treasurer for the student council, and that's a well-respected role. So it kind of shows how knowledgeable he is. Normally he's just like the butt of the jokes. So this kind of gave him an opportunity to flex a bit for once.
Yeah, 100%. It was a big flex on the skills, and I think that was what kind of the writer was keen in, because he was making sure he showcased everybody's title. but also in showcasing Ishigami's title, you got to understanding that his experience kind of covers everything these three guys are doing. Like that's their focus. Ishigami's covers all of that. He does all of that, and he has such like depth of knowledge regarding what to do and what can be done, and even the understanding of what's it called, so they can profit using some techniques such as, what was it, I think it was donations, or instead of like purchases, instead of raising prices. And I was like, that shows knowledge. He understands what to do, how to get around things, how to make the experience better for them, and they can obviously hit their goals they're trying to achieve. So I'm loving the Ishigami shine. I'm loving the Ishigami shine, man.
Yes, sir. And I think the last thing in regards to this part is just Miko, because I think we really seen she stepped up this episode. I was proud of her because she was challenged, and you kind of felt her the thing where she couldn't speak. She was having difficulties with the public speaking, and then the interaction with Ishigami was like, "Oh, boy, you're flopping, you know. Well, you need me to come back to you." And she's like, "Bro, anyone but you can try and back me." And she just, you know, gathered the energy, and she clearly stated, "Okay, it doesn't seem feasible, but if we take these steps, we can do this." And she got it done. She got the principal to back her as well, and she was out there, and you kind of have it conclude with her and Ondera sharing a nice moment towards the end. So really enjoyed that part with Miko.
Yeah, it's like Ishigami said at the end of the end of the section. It was like, she has such a strong will, and that's probably the most impressive aspect of her. She wills it to be, and even when it's uncomfortable, even when it feels like it's out of her reach, she knows that somehow she has the the skill set to make it happen. And it also speaks to her consistency in her disciplinary work and the rapport she's built with the neighborhood and people in the immediate kind of environment, whether it's the people who live close in the community or it's the teachers at the school and the heads. She has such rapport with them, and they know her so well. They trust her with things like this. They're like, this girl is not going to put us in a position where the festival is going to infringe on our normal sense of well-being, or the community vibe, or the environment. Is not going to do that. And I just thought that speaks volume to her character and who she is.
Definitely. I rate Miko. She's improving, and I'm interested to see, just my last point, what part 2 will be. Since she said, I guess it'll be related to the campfire, So that's what she wanted to get done.
Yeah, that will kind of close that kind of storyline with her, which is just cool. And that kind of smoothly transitions us to the second part. Students wish to discuss the culture festival, and this was a really engaging part of the series, or this episode, where we're following these two students who they fangirl too much on Kaguya. the fangirl in this section in the beginning was killing me. Everything she did, it was like, I was shocked by how high a level Kaguya was in archery, which is crazy. I don't know if it slipped my mind or anything, but she is special, like prodigy level. She was winning competitions, which is very crazy. And that archery gear on her it hit different. The archery swag, very, very different. What did you think about the two characters we mainly followed this episode, doing the interviews and stuff?
The new storms.
Yeah, man.
They're quirky. I think it was good, because it's different. They're the people who are looking outside in. They're the people who don't really know the details of the student council, so we're kind of getting a view of what the normal student, well, they're not really normal, but what the normal student might think about are council members and how they view them, how they adore them. And I like them. I think they carried that part well. And they actually have, I believe, they have their own like manga, like it's a spin-off. So
Really?
where they're the main characters. Yeah.
That's so cool.
I think I forgot what it's called, but I know they're the main characters in that. So it's nice to see them in the main stories for once. And I think it was cool seeing them go through each group. So you had Kaguya, then Tsubame, and then the delinquent with Shirogane, and then the problem children, the board game
The
club.
worst.
They're not serious individuals, man.
Like going through or engaging with all the different people just showed you how like vast this school is. Like I'm so shocked there's a Yakuza daughter, delinquent behaving individual in this school, but it just showcases that if you have money, that might be the only aspect you need to get into this school. Like high level of I don't know, dominance in your field, even if it's not a good field. You can be a Yakuza and your daughter can be at the highest level, the highest prestigious school. I just found that so funny.
Oh, facts. She was, I don't know, it's just, I guess there was always going to be the chance to have a character like this. I just didn't, I didn't expect it, but I'm curious to see more because I didn't realize that it makes sense, but I didn't realize that the president was in the astronomy club. But obviously after his, outburst on the roof, it makes a lot of sense. But I never realized he was in that club. And it kind of makes me wonder why, or the girls in the club, or if she just joined to join. I'm not sure if clubs are compulsory at the school. I've forgotten, but yeah, I didn't realize he was in that club. I guess Kaguya, yeah, as you were saying, she looked nice in the archery gear. She like
clean.
You kind of see how long her hair is as well, man.
When she had it tied up back.
Nice on her. Can't lie.
I was like, Kaguya, if you pulled up to Shirogane like that, you would spin his world. It's over. You just wear the archery gear, slit the hair back like that, and it's over. Or you meet the prestigious. That was the look. She's wasting her time. She needs to pattern up.
Oh, I'm telling you, she looked very nice in the archery gear. And I'm not gonna lie, when she said they said the reason she didn't enter the nationals in high school was because of the date thing, I was just like, oh come on, man, that's
typical.
That's a dumb reason.
The worst.
I mean, it's a typical reason, but she said she shot the bow once, and it hit the bullseye, and she just copying the same shot each time. And I'm just like, do you understand how hard what you just said is to do? How can you do that every single time? I don't understand. Like, the genes are different. I can't even lie to you.
Very different.
The gravy is different.
And that's why she had those two girls groveling at her knee, just crying. Like, what? She doesn't understand how high and mighty she is. She doesn't understand the things she's doing. Like, she just doesn't know. She's not aware that she's on a different scale. It's just cracking me up. Yeah, Kaguya, she's definitely built different. But regarding the archery, I was kind of shocked to hear that she will be lighting the campfire with the arrow. And I don't know how that passed the regulations and stuff. That obviously Miko is trying her hardest to fire practices with the local fire fighters, like getting things signed off. And here we have her lighting it up with a bow and arrow. I don't think she will miss, but it's just dangerous. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like it should be happening.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit higgy, I can't lie. But I mean, if they were gonna trust anyone to do it, I would trust Kaguya. I mean, she's got the best aim. Hopefully, she doesn't flop. But I feel like something might happen in regards to that. You know, since they went out of their way to mention it, but it's not really a big deal.
It's not.
But they've made it a big deal now because they said, "Oh yeah, she's gonna do it."
Yeah, it would definitely interesting to see how that kind of goes on. I think the other two main interesting aspects of this was definitely Sumabe and her prepping for a performance. It's kind of the first time you see like third years really vocalizing the fact that this is their last time, so they have to enjoy themselves and make this event feel special for them. And that was really cool. It wasn't really like a high emotional moment where they were sad and anything. It seemed like it was pure excitement. But I'm kind of interested to see if we see later on through the festival more third years get more emotional and open up more, and we hear like maybe some conversations, maybe Ishigami and Sumabe have a conversation about maybe this wouldn't work out because I'm leaving, and that's when she fully kind of expresses maybe she likes him, but she has to kind of let go and grow up. This is a moment where like I'm leaving this, going to something else, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm still in the boat that guy's failing, bro. So no matter what happens, he's failing. But yeah, any positive spin you can pull out, I don't know. He's failing, man. He's failing.
Oh my days! It might be an L he has to accept, but with that L, he had a lot of growth. So this is probably the best L he's ever gonna take so far. Like, that's why I might not even count it as L. I might just give him that slide W, you know what I mean, like the narrator. Like Ishigami today wins.
Hey man, a friend used to tell me you take 2 L's and you turn it into a W.
Sheesh. Life lessons right there. It's the only way.
Yes, sir.
It's the only way.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's cool that she's doing a play based on the legend, and we learned what the legend is in the next episode. But I guess maybe we might see the performance. Might be something to do. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. And then you got Shirogane talking about I'm gonna get it done like a man. Sheesh. Yeah, we'll see, big man.
He said it with chest.
And then he did. And then game club is trying to do chaos. I feel like they're still gonna do something, since they got denied. They're gonna do something, bro. 100%.
It's like you said, like, can you actually deny those group of those individuals? You can't deny them. They are inevitable. They move like Thanos. Like, I am gonna be. You can't stop this. Yeah, it was when she said Battle Royale. I was like, Jesus, they're problematic. And they're not talking about.
She thinks it's Darwin's game, though.
Bruh, did you see her laugh? Why was she laughing like that? It was demonic. I was like, she was actually on killing people. This was no joke.
Even Chica was sweating, She's just like, bro. I mean, I'm chaotic, but she's.
She said there's levels to this. There's actually levels.
I'm telling you.
No, I'm happy they got rejected. Like, it would have been eventful, and I am interested to see if they try to push their agenda, even if they're rejected. Which, knowing them, you can't put it past them.
Yeah, I hear you, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think that's everything in this part. Actually, no. In between, you had that like ominous line by one of the people talking about there's going to be betrayals, and then Kaguya's going to do something. So I don't know if that was her breaking the fourth wall, but that might be like foreshadowing for what's going to happen. Betrayals. I don't know who's going to betray who. I don't know who can betray who, because based on the next episode, I don't really see the obvious one, and I guess I'll just wait and see. I'm not really I don't have any theories right now.
Not in your theory bags today.
Nah, not today, because I feel like they crushed one of the big theories that I had, which was the Hayasaka, the love triangle. I feel like that's done now.
That's definitely
especially
done.
Often. I feel like it would be super duper foul if they went through with it, and I'd have to lower down my rating of Hayasaka, and I don't want to have to do that. Please, don't make me do that, please.
Yeah, I don't want to start hating.
Next part.
Yeah, section 3.
Next part.
Miyuki Shirogane wants to. What is it? blow it up.
balloons or something.
Yeah, I realized I didn't even write this down. It was like Miyuki Shirogane wants to blow it up, and
I'm just blowing bubbles.
he's. I don't know how to feel about Shirogane anymore when it comes to anything he attempts to do, which is not.
Man, I felt bad for him, man. I felt bad for him. I just watching him blow up the balloons, man. Just popping every single one.
Devastation.
It was sad.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he has to apply himself to do stuff like that. He can delegate as a wise person should, in his position. You don't have to do everything, but understand it's kind of his nature, and in terms of everything he's been through, kind of growing up. And you see, even throughout this episode, you understand why he likes to pick up stuff and help and put a lot of things on his back so other people can enjoy, you know what I mean? But bro, Chika was like standing there hearing the balloon pop.
No, that was so funny.
Her face. She said no. Not again.
No, I was creasing, bro. Like the face she had, bro. I was just like, yeah, that's a woman who knows that what was about to happen, and she doesn't want to entertain it either. She's just like, hey, see no evil, hear no evil. Is that what it is?
I think it is, fam. I think it is. Oh my days. She's never in the right place at the right time. It's always like whatever happens, she has to be in the room. If Shirogane is helplessly inept at something, she's there to witness it. And like, I know she's had enough. And I was actually surprised that it didn't go the way of another like life lesson or lesson in, training arc or something, which is cool because obviously you don't want to overplay that sequence. It's entertaining, but it's not every day you need a like mini training arc with Chika and Shirogane. But just seeing that dynamic where she's like, I know in her heart she kind of knew she was gonna help out. Like she knew that even though she hated it and she was conveying, this is not it, I hate every moment of this, you don't understand how inept he is, and this is blasphemy, this guy just needs to stop.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
I think this is one of the parts where they balance the comedy with the more serious tone really well. They did this well with the rap part as well, and I think that's the reason why that I like the episode so much, and it's another reason why I like this episode, because you're laughing at first, but then when you're seeing him continue to fail in front of people as well, because one of the things is that he didn't want to be failing in front of people to show his weaknesses, but I think after he had the conversation with Hayasaka, to keep on acting on what he said, he's slowly revealing more weaknesses to show that he's not this invincible guy and he isn't perfect at everything, and that's an uncomfortable experience for him, because you have everyone looking at him. It's like, oh wow, you keep popping these balloons, man, like we're gonna run out. And I think the best moment for me was when he was talking with Kaguya and you kind of understand what he goes through, because this is something I've been thinking about for a while, about like he's always getting top one. I'm thinking, if he has to work so hard to do all these other things, how hard did he have to work to even get into the school and even bob rank? And it's kind of the reason why he has to continue he's always having to do so much work straight before the finals, because he wasn't originally good at studying as he was before, and it's only because he's been working so hard that's where he is now, and that's what Kaguya recognizes. And it's a beautiful moment, just like the way she's just like, wow, I learned something new about you, because he let his guard down, and she appreciated that, and she vocalized it. This is one of the moments where you see progression in their relationship. You see how far they've come, where he's willing to mess up in front of her because he knows that she's not going to make fun of him. But yeah,
100%. It was like you said, very wholesome, and the growth was showcased between both of them. Like Kaguya just understanding how traumatic this ear popping, balloon popping is, because she's very sensitive to noises and stuff. But just being able to sit there and put up with it, just because she knows that, you know, it'll make the other person feel comfortable or feel better, and she doesn't always have to be comfortable in herself or in her environment. Sometimes you have to be outside of your comfort zone so that somebody else can, you know, grow and feel good and not feel down, you know what I mean? And that was like a very poignant to me as well, because that is so different from any Kaguya Shirogane interaction we've ever seen, and we rarely see them so like open and so kind of just not guarded. This is the one of the times where none of them had any guards up. Shirogane was there, just being open about what he is as a person and what kind of frustrates him, and open about his weaknesses. And Kaguya was open, as in, not every moment does it have to be a moment where I have to win, and not every moment has to be a moment where my needs are met first. Sometimes you have to be uncomfortable, sometimes you have to suffer a bit, sometimes you have to be in a situation that doesn't best fit you, so that you kind of grow together. And that's what we saw there. They were growing together, being able to engage in a unique way. And I feel like they're not aware about how much has changed in their relationship dynamic. I don't think they're aware in how close they are now in comparison to, say, season 1 or season 2, because just the comfortability level is crazy. Just the ability just to be close, and maybe nothing is really going on, but just be able to just stay in that moment. That's crazy to me. I didn't expect that, and I'm kind of happy to see the progression.
Yep. Same thoughts. It's really, you know, you really appreciate the moments when they're not playing games, you know, because I'm at the point where I'm tired of the game. So just seeing them being honest, talking about how they feel without trying to trip the other person up, it's nice, you know. So I think Kaguya already showed why Shirogane likes her, with the way she was ready to accept him. And then Shirogane showed Kaguya why she likes him, because he's willing to be honest, and she sees what made him become the person he is today. So I think this was like a great way to end the episode. We went through all the characters really, because we had the first years in the first part, then we were going around the school in the second part, and we end with our main two, and we're seeing where they are now, but just before this pivotal arc, it seems. Yeah. And then you have that little nice moment with Chika. It kind of made me think that these Chika teacher moments are her episodes, even though we don't get to see much, but you do see how she cares for the president as well in her own way. That she's like, oh yeah, I mean, even though I hate doing it, I wouldn't leave you alone. And I was just like, oh, even though Chika, I'm on to you. But that was a nice moment, so I'll postpone. No slander this week.
No slander.
Yeah. No slander this week.
Yeah, her mother instincts were shining in this episode. It was quality from Chika. Like, I have to respect it. And it's just sad that even with the new improved balloons, my man still was flopping. It didn't even make sense. Actually didn't make sense. So overall, episode 7, just quick rating. How did it feel for you? How much did you enjoy it? Because I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it. I don't know if I can give a number, but if I was to rank it amongst the other episodes from this season, right now it's probably top 3, because I believe I probably have number 8 above it, based on what I remember from watching number 8. I know I only watched it on like Saturday, but yeah, I think number 8 is definitely above it because of what happened in the second part. But we'll
it
get
has
to that.
be. We'll definitely get to it. And yeah, I also rate it highly and really enjoyed this episode. But moving on to episode 8, and this is a banger of an episode. Start of the first section, Kei Shirogane wants to show off, and brother and sister, home vibes. I think what kind of stood out for me early on in this episode was how much Shirogane does domestically, like cleaning, cooking, looking after like the expense regarding the house, tracking the expense, and I was like, that he's a big man. His
sister does that.
Oh, his sister does the expenses.
Yeah, she's the one she's the one because she said before they went out to buy the things, she's like, who do you think keeps track of the household expenses?
I definitely misread it then, but it just showcased both of them big people in terms of responsibility, and that kind of also shows you and why they behave in the manner they behave, especially the president. Obviously, we spend most of the time with him, and just understanding just how much responsibility is on their plate at all times. But even saying that, he still is out here whipping out the worst swag I've ever seen in the world.
Yeah, now we have to dissect this swag because
in the world.
In fact, no, we even disgracing the word swag by calling it what it was.
Facts.
That abomination that he decided to don. Oh my God. You know, I have to say thank you to Kei for having the common sense to be like, yo, so what are you gonna wear tomorrow? I want to see this before you even. Because imagine if my man pulled up. Oh my gosh. I think she would have gone to the heavens.
Oh,
she would have.
Man said Kei would have died.
Nah, that swag is it's higgy, man. Why? It's terrible. Man's got the hairpin in his head. He's got a 2-in-1 t-shirt with English words, skull with angel wings, a chain with a cross. Why
was there literature on his trouser leg? Not even outside, it was the inside when you fold up like it was a book. Are you mad? What is wrong with this guy? And he thought it was okay. He said it added to it. It's culture. It adds to the value. I'm like, bro, you're not a book. Just buy normal jeans. Yeah, it was outrageous.
How can man take the waist pouch and put it across his waist, bro? And then the dad has more swag than him, bro.
The dad drip. The dad came to flex. Yeah, how he was moving like he's 90 years old. Like when you put the fanny pack around your waist, so it's easy to access. Kei was like, "Is this my brother?" I've never seen Kei so distraught in terms of looking at another human being. She looked at him like, I can't believe we have the same blood runs through our veins. I can't believe. It's like you have the audacity to dress like that in front of me. Like the way she fly kicked him. I was like, Shirogane, you know you're doing wrong. And I can't even allow it with his explanation and his sentimental stuff because your dad has drip.
It's true, you know. It's hard because even on a serious one, because obviously he's sacrificing for the house. He hasn't bought clothes since the 8th grade. It's hard for me to translate that in UK terms because 8th grade is not year 8 here. I don't know, but I think year 8th grade is like the middle school. And so that will be like it might be year 8 here, you know.
It's possible.
It might.
It's actually possible.
It might. Because I think because year 12 for us, they do it in high school, I believe.
Oh,
but
I see.
We finish in year 11.
Yeah.
So I think so he finished. He bought those clothes in year 8. If I'm translating it right, I don't know, but he's in his second year. So he's in year 10. So he hasn't bought clothes since year 8, and he's in year 10.
What's
about
crazy
to go into year 11.
My man hasn't grown since year 8. Like, what is he doing? With like he entered year 8 at that height, and he stopped growing. I don't know how you can fit in those clothes.
Yeah, it's weird, you know. It's weird. I don't understand. I think I'm even wrong, you know. I think I think he's even in year 11. So that's even worse.
Yeah, it's been there's a lot of time that has passed, and you can tell by just the taste of it. That's not him. That swag is not him. He's just wearing it because that's the clothes he has, and he hasn't outgrown it. Man, he needs to grow. He needs to grow so he can buy new clothes. Not even just for height thing. It's not about height. It's about the fact that we need to force him to buy new clothes, and if he doesn't grow, he will never buy new clothes. Even if he shrinks, I'll be happy if he shrinks, because that also forces him to buy new clothes. This guy, man, praying for him, man.
Yeah, I think he needs some. I don't know what he needs, but that aside, I think one thing I liked about this part is just the sibling bond, because I think in other parts that we've seen, you kind of get an idea of how their relationship is like, and this is one of the parts where you kind of really see, you get more, you just get to see more of the household dynamic, what they're like, how they talk to each other, and you see how Kei kind of is standoffish, but she's proud of her brother, she respects him, and she wants him to look good because she knows how good of a person he is. So that's why she's trying to make sure he's not going out looking like some any don. And I liked how she was willing to use her own money, technically Shirogane's money that he gave to her, but she was like, nah, don't worry, I'll dress you. And she had him looking right. Oh my days. Man had the blue bomber jacket, white tee, shoulder pouch. He was looking nice. Color coordinated too, different shades of blue. I have to respect it.
Yeah, it was very clean. She had him looking like a baller. It was nice, and like I really appreciate those kind of sibling relationship and sibling dynamic. And it seems so pure and it seems so real, and I can definitely relate with it. And I just love how it's always through the scope that somehow the younger sibling kind of doesn't like showcase how much they like the older sibling, but then as an older sibling, you know how much they care and how much they love you, and how much it's just how, because of maybe the age gap, or just being that kind of age, there's some things you feel like is cool, or some things you feel is not cool. And showing abundance of love and appreciation for your older sibling at that age is not really the thing to do, but she does it in her own way, and making sure my guy came back looking clean and presentable, so she can flex. And it was a big flex. Flexing your siblings is actually a big flex, low-key.
Yeah, she was blushing when like she had the girls in her school saying, "Oh, rah, president is so cool," and she's like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, yeah, he's not all that." She was putting him down, but in her heart, she was like, "Yeah, that's big bro." One last comment about that section is Chica's sister needs to relax and stay calm. I saw the small comment I wrote, "Stay calm, man. Stay calm." Talking about the president is so amazing. I don't know, but she was the one saying that she wanted to mess up Kei, so I don't trust her, man. She's got some demonic tendencies, bro. She's not okay in the head. She may look nice, but listen, don't trust her, bro. She might be the worst one of them all.
Wow, hey, that's a big statement. But it wouldn't. It's not probably not far fetched. It's very suspect.
She said she wanted to torture Kei.
It's very suspect. Okay. It's very suspect.
She's not okay, bro.
I don't know where she gets all this energy from. Yeah, she does need to chill. Like, you're barely on screen, and when you're on screen, you do the most.
Facts. I'm afraid of her, to be honest.
Yeah. Before we move, shout out to Shirogane and Kei's dad, grinding and doing his thing, and
in the factory,
putting in work. 3 years for that watch, and then Kei just slagged it off like it was nothing. Kei said, "What's that? That's not fashionable." And I was like, "Rah, you just said 3 years you put in work for that watch." It was a nice watch.
She said, "F your backstory, bro."
Facts.
We don't care about your backstory.
I don't care about reaching for the moon. I don't care about the moon. I don't care about the crescent moon on the watch and the grinding you put in. So, bro, we're moving up. That's old news. Yeah, that was quality. Quality. If there's anything else you want to say, or should we just move on to section 2 of the episode?
Yeah, section 2. Mad beefy. Very chunky. About Kaguya Shinomiya. I can't even. I messed up her name. You know the drill. Part 2. About Kaguya Shinomiya, part 2. I forgot what was part 1 though.
Same. I'm not gonna lie to you. Same.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what it was in relation. Yeah, we need that. We need that reminder. Hoshin Festival settings. We get that kind of historical love story, and the idea that that's also the love story was set in the location was set in the school, which is kind of interesting. But I feel like Kaguya doesn't really engage in stories that well, unless it has love elements that can help her, and we see that here. She was like, okay, the story logically it might not make sense. There's all flaws in this love story. This lady being ill and her guy doing the most. I don't know, putting a heart in a basin with something. And first thing, what kind of cure is that? They need to get new doctors, man. Because just off the top of her head, that's the wildest thing. It was like, I don't know.
It's probably like 1500 or something like that.
Whose heart are they going to use?
The person who loved her.
You see how wild that is? That's the crazy thing. That's the man's gonna lose his life. Bro, we can't justify that by did it work? Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
It worked. It did work.
Exactly.
She had more life after that, more birthdays after that. She lived her best life, but my man was gone from the earth.
Hey,
very wild.
That's the hold that.
But it's even worth it if you're dead. You can't even enjoy the life that you saved. Be a part of it.
That's life. I mean, in a way, he'll always be with her because I think she drinks the heart because it's something like the heart in daikon radish or something like that. So, I mean, in some ways, he'll be within her for I don't know about 6 hours and then he'll be out of her
for 6 hours. Hopefully, she's not lipsing other mandem during those 6 hours. If not, it's a shame. It will be a shame. Very disrespectful.
It's a bit tight, bro. Enough about the legend, bro. They're more important things.
The juice to the meat to the meal. Yeah, Kaguya, she understands the story in terms of obviously giving her heart eternal love when she was obviously talking with Sumabe, and Sumabe was like giving her background regarding her brother, who I don't know if it was during the festival, but at some point during this time period where they celebrate this festival, gave a gift, a heart-shaped gift, and now they're married. I don't know how that correlates, but obviously it does. But I don't think it's as concrete as Kaguya thinks. Kaguya is in the mindset that as soon as I exchange this gift, this heart-shaped gift on this event, this festival, pure love, eternal love, the rest of our lives. Kaguya is built different.
Yeah, I think, it's just the normal shenanigans, oh yeah, I'm in this festival. We fell in love in the festival and it's happily ever after. I don't think it's that easy, but obviously Kaguya hears that and she runs with it and she's like, oh, okay. That means that I can actually get success in this thing with the president if I manage to, confess or to admit to my love for him. But, she has the whole conflict. And I'm not gonna lie, this part was like a roller coaster because when she was doing the thing where she was like, oh yeah, I'm a devise a plan and I can't admit my thing first. I was like, bro, did we just delete 2 seasons of progress? I was like, what? Why are we why are we doing this? And then you just have the moment. And I was just like, wow, we've come far, but we're finally here. We're finally at this point where she's vocalized it, he's vocalized it, and now
Yep.
it's just a matter of saying it out loud. And now we both know we've accepted this, that yeah, I am attracted to person X. And I was just happy, because I'm just like, bro, it's been so long, and they've been dancing around it. I don't know how it's not obvious to the people around them, but I respect Kaguya for, saying it to Hayasaka too, because, Hayasaka was like, I don't know, I don't think Hayasaka was ever thought this would happen, or happen so quickly after the whole events in the park and stuff like that. But I think this is a big step, big step in the story, in the characters. And yeah, I'm proud of Kaguya. Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's actually showing a lot of growth and shocking Hayasaka and us all with that. Because obviously that's been my gripe. Like in the previous episode, I've always said to you that we've seen Ishigami vocalize the fact that he likes her, and that kind of puts that's the one, Shirogane vocalize, and that puts him in a different position where he is kind of accepted it. He's not grappling with the idea of what are my feelings, and what does this mean for me, what does it mean for her. But finally we've got to a place where she's fully embraced everything that comes with verbalizing your like for somebody, or your appreciation and your love, and the fact that you want to pursue them. And just seeing her being able to be so exposed, this is probably the most you've seen her like being exposed and delicate because of what she did. But it's also, for me, her strongest moment is a period where I feel like she's really kind of understood and grasped what she needs to be and who she needs to be, and she's kind of comfortable with that. She doesn't, even though the pressure of her family and her position and her lifestyle and everything, in herself she feels kind of settled. There's no kind of turmoil regarding, do I like him? I'm hiding this for myself. Because I think that's the worst thing, that she was kind of, in a way, dismissing it in herself. But now that it's out there, it's beautiful. Like, it's magical. I did definitely had a question for you, and this is obviously considering the fact, like, before she even verbalized that she liked him. Do you think Kaguya was scared more of being rejected, given her position and her family and everything, in comparison to Shirogane's position and his family? Do you think that made the fear of rejection worse for her, and that's why she didn't want to be open like this?
So you're saying, do you think it was a difference in class that made her reluctant to admit her attraction?
Yeah, because if that difference, if he then rejected her, that puts her in a more like precarious situation, because like, how can somebody, just because of her manner of thinking that she's been used to, how can somebody in that position reject me? You know what I mean? So that kind of put fear in opening up to that.
Okay. I would say no. I think it was more, I would say she was afraid of admitting it, but not for that reason. I think just more, or maybe not for that specific reason, but in similar vein, where it's to do with her standard as a Shinomiya. We've seen, especially with the introduction of Maki, what a Shinomiya thinks of themselves and what the standard is. Very prideful, uses all their resources. They're the upper echelon of society, and there's a certain standard they are expected to meet. And I feel with love, in this instance, admitting your love is making yourself weaker. You're opening yourself up to making yourself vulnerable, and I think the problem is that she feels that even though she knows, she doesn't feel like she should be the one that's going out. It's more of, how should I say it? She shouldn't be the one who's going out to get it. He should be the one coming to her because she's the one in the position of power. So I guess it is still kind of related to the class thing, but I think she didn't want to lower herself down to a point where they're on equal playing fields. She always wanted to be in the higher position, but now she's taken that step down where she's willing to, see eye to eye or even go below, and just because she's tired of playing the games. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's how I see it.
No, that did definitely answer my question. Because yeah, for me it was definitely, I was deliberating while I was watching this. I was like, are we now keen into like the reasons why, what really plagued her and stopped her from doing this? And I think what you did say does make a lot of sense regarding the fact that it is, but also not directly in that kind of way, but it definitely plays a role. And that kind of follows up to the section 3, unless you have anything else to say about section 2, but they kind of
I was gonna say they interlink pretty well, so we can keep going, keep pushing.
That's calm. Kaguya wants to confess, and
yes,
what?
So we rejecting the title. No longer wants to be confessed to. She wants to confess.
She wants to do it. She's built different now. It's a different Kaguya. Different Kaguya we're seeing, and it's a different kind of Kaguya because she's even challenging the storyline. Like the narrator was like, wait, your reaction to it being, this is not a confession, like whoever confesses loses, and like she was actually just rejecting the whole premise of the story by saying that. I was like, wait, so what are we doing? Because that's what we've been watching, bro. This is what we've been watching, Kaguya. Whoever confesses loses. Isn't that the whole point? And she's like, no. Can't believe it, man.
I rate it. Several things before we get into some of the other stuff. I think just one thing, Kobachi and having a man. Oh my days,
very wild.
That felt like a sucker punch. I can't even lie to you, and the thing is, it links into my next point about Ishigami, because I was thinking, okay, Tsubame and I think it was the obvious option that she was dating the cheerleader guy, but no, they've taken that option out. So now we have to start thinking outside the box, wider. What are the other options that could lead her to reject Ishigami? And I think he brought up one saying that that she's finishing, she's gonna graduate. And I think this is what it's most likely gonna be, where he was saying that he doesn't want to just be a junior. So I think he just wants to say it, just so he has the closure. Even if she says no to him, he just wants to have the opportunity. So I don't even think he's wanting to date her. He just wants her to have the confidence to vocalize his feelings. So I think he's failing. He's failing, in short. That boy failing. He failing.
It breaks my heart because this is the ship I want. This is the two. I've enjoyed her so much, and Ishigami just being the guy he is. I always want the best for him, and she's the best. So obviously, man's trying to just get them together, but it's most likely, especially the way it's going, that it's not going to work out in the manner in which I wanted to. But still, like we said, elements of character growth for Ishigami will be there and stuff like that. Hopefully, he gets a little number or something, a little, maybe when we leave school, we can link up or something. You never know what happened in the future. Them ones. You never know what happened in the future. One day.
You know the
That-
ones there. But
That's what it might have to be. But talk about Kabachi, like you said, definitely a sucker punch. Man, I was like, and it's the way she said it so nonchalant, like it was just out of the blue. Took everybody off guard. Like, because even how they said hi to each other and say see you later didn't seem affectionate in any way. Like it just seemed like just being a nice person. Yeah, just how you doing? You good? Every day later. You know what I mean? It seemed like one of those laters when you're not even going to see them later. You're just saying later. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when she dropped that line, he said, "We're dating." I was shocked as Ishigami and Miko were shocked. And how does not? This is the bad thing. Miko needs to know these things. She talks to this gal 24 hours a day, on call, every second of any new information. She just slaps it to her. The audacity for this to be new news to her is embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. That means she doesn't give this girl any time and space to actually open up about her life.
Essentially, which is kind of... But then again, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because she's probably been busy with the cultural festival stuff, and this did happen recently.
True.
So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just didn't... And I don't know, how is it going to come up in conversation? Because I don't think she's the type to just be like, oh yeah, go boyfriend, you know?
No, Kabachi is definitely not that. She'd be like, I'll find an appropriate time when the moment is right, nobody's busy, and then I'll be able to like say, you know what I mean? It's not like she would purposely hide in it. It's just that the right time hadn't appeared, which
definitely.
So that happened to be the right time at that moment. But I'm questioning Kabachi's relationship with the cheerleading guy because it just seems like a matter of convenience to her. I don't think she likes the guy. He might like her. We don't know his side, but for me, I don't feel like she doesn't. She's not really into that. She basically said it just happened. That was she's not moving like a girl who is. Do you know like certain girls when they're in love, they're ready to back out the full story. Tell you unnecessary information about how they met and they're in their new relationship. Kabachi was like, well, it just happened. Like we were at an event and then we started talking and that one day we were dating. I'm like, bruh, don't even sound enthusiastic. And especially when she brought up the fact that there's certain scenarios and events like Christmas and the festival where you can't just go with your friend. You have to go with like a partner. I was like, yeah, this might be a marriage of convenience. And Kabaji's like, do you know what? But maybe I'm being unfair to her.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we'll see where this goes. It might just be like a temporary thing. It might be a long-term thing. But it was a plot twist, if you could call it that. It also calls into question what Miko is going to do, because if Kobachi's going with my man, then who's Miko going to hang out with? Because that's her main friend. The only other person I can think is Onodera, because like, they've kind of become friends now. But yeah, her festival is going to be quite interesting. But I think going back to Ishigami, I like how he said that the first step in his plan is to ask Tsubame to the festival. So I hope he has success in that at least, because he failing long term, but you have short-term success.
True.
I think it'll be good for them to spend some time together, just to see what the interaction would be like.
Yeah.
Before man flops.
But you just putting out the flop word out there too much. You're manifesting it. It's breaking my heart, man. I'm out here about to cry.
It's happening. It's definitely happening. I'm ready. I'm just bracing myself for the pain.
I can't brace that pain. Hey, when they hit me with that episode and I seen flops, it's over for me. I'll be broken. I'll be like, why? I'll start hating on every character just because of this. I'll be like, I hope every relationship breaks up. I'm like, Kaguya Shiogane Wants. I hope you guys are up. I'm vexed. Actually vexed. No, yeah, I definitely, I like how Shirogane is just such. I like how composed he is. I think this is what also showcased, like especially like both scenarios when he was in earlier on in the committee meeting last episode, and this moment where he was talking and he finds out that his main male threat is not a threat basically, and the way he just said he was just
funny.
chilled. He was like, do you know what? This is all nonsense anyway, because obviously they were still talking about the fact that statistically speaking, this is the best period in terms of cultural festival. I don't know where she got her stats from, but she was something like 60% more likely for it to go well and that yes and follow up being a relationship. And obviously we had Kaguya at the door getting gassed about this. Like, what? There's hope for me. There's hope for me. What? But we also had Ishigami just, it's like, do you know what? This is useless information for me. I don't really care. But as soon as the man walked out, he let out his true emotions.
Composure.
But he held it for a long time though. He held it for a long time. Man was punching the air. He's wild.
And then I like how Kaguya is, manifesting her, her courage through Ishigami. She's like, because Ishigami, he was kind of faltering. He's like, I don't know, I don't know. But he's like, nah, do it, man. Once again, they have one of the best dynamics in the show. So it was nice to see her giving that encouragement.
Yeah, you can see the pride she has in him and the fact that this guy actually being brave, and whatever you can say about Ishigami and everything we've experienced with him throughout the story, in this moment you see what he's all about, and he's courageous and he's brave even when he feels he doesn't have the elements or the things needed to gain what he wants and aspires to be. But I like how she's also being the voice that continues to push him on, so he doesn't like think and kind of resort back to his old thinking where he's like, I'm just gonna give up. But now he has like a voice that is quick in his ear and it's sudden, it's like no. And obviously when that voice is Kaguya, that's just a different level, because we've seen how people react to Kaguya. We've seen how prestigious and well thought of she is. So when you have someone like that backing you, like he feels like, there's no reason for me to give up. There's no reason for me to be in a position where I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I'm not going to do it. So I love that he's pushing on and shining, man. So like, what do you think in terms of like that aspects? Because obviously, like I said, just Kaguya being Kaguya, having her at your back just makes them more kind of profound and gives you like the confidence to do things that are beyond your means.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think again goes back to their dynamic where she's constantly pushing forward to improve, and we're seeing where he's improving, how he's becoming more confident, more willing to try things where he's not sure of the outcome, and it shows that it's not wasted the time that she's put in, because he's doing things on his own now as well. It's not just her telling him what to do. He's thinking about how to do things, and it's not looking cringy. He's doing things, realistic steps, and I think that's the thing that sticks out the most, because he said, okay, I'll just ask her to come with me, and it's not no covert operation. It's just him being open, transparent, honest, and hopefully it works out for him. But
even though you hate him, you be saying it's not going to work out.
No, I said if he wants to wife, it will not work out. But I mean, going around the festival, that's a lie. I think she'll say yes to that.
True.
Unless she has a man.
Oh my days! If she has a man, I just say Ishigami hires the games club, tells them it's a Hunger Games thing, or you just killing one guy. It's her man. Assassinate that guy. Ishigami pulls through, consoles her, says, "Oh my days, I can't believe this happened. This is shocking." You know how composed he's been. I know he can play this out so smoothly. Oh, this is shocking. He's dead. all my days, I'll help out. Hey, lean on me, cry on me. It's good. I got you. And a love story just brews from then. That'll be magical, man. You see how far I have to reach because I know what's gonna happen.
You're doing up Mr. Fantastic right now. I watched WandaVision, also not WandaVision, Doctor Strange on the weekend, and yeah, you're stretching super far.
Listen, I'm reaching. You have to reach when you know things are not gonna go your way or Ishigami's way. But yeah, the cultural festival seems like it's gonna be a place where a lot of things are gonna happen, and I'm gonna be disappointed if a lot of things don't happen because of how much
things will happen.
Put into this. It has to happen. Like
they call it dual confessions arc, bro.
It has to be wild. Like I'm expecting fireworks, not only just festival fireworks, but literal fireworks. It has to be a lot happening, and I'm kind of excited.
Someone will be wifed at the end.
Oh, amen. And I hope it's Sumabe and it's Ishigami. Let me reach one more time.
Kaguya and Shirogane.
Boo! Imagine. No, I'm joking. Nah, I was just hating. But I love them together. It needs to happen. Nah, if it does happen, crazy scenes. Nah, carry on.
But I liked how she was thinking, oh, why do I like this guy? Not exactly all that, but she's just like, oh, what is it about him? And he just showed it. He's just like the selflessness, He's like, okay, I'm gonna do this work because, it's not fair to the people who's working the hardest. And it just, it's crazy how he can say that so easily when he's not sleeping because of how hard he's working, how much stuff he's doing. And he's just like, oh yeah, I just need to do this one more push for everyone. I'm just like, wow, man. He's just a great guy. Shirogane, the president, she chose a great person to, fall in love with because he really showed his best trait, his willingness to sacrifice for others, and it's because of his efforts, because it didn't used to be a 2-day festival. It's because he's putting in this extra work that it's become 2 days. And it just shows. I think he'll probably be like the best student president in the history so far because of just how much things he's changed in the school. The culture festival being one of them.
No, 100%. She definitely chose the right guy because we know she has a fetish for seeing him tired, and my mind's always gonna be. My mind is always gonna be tired.
You turned a nice moment, and you've tainted it. It's cool. It's cool, man.
It's the hate in my heart that I'm having because of Sumabe and Ishigami. So mine's just. I just feel like everybody can get it. Anybody can get it. No, you're definitely right. Both of them together, just seeing the kind of person Shirogane is, just selfless. The definition of selfless. You look it up. It's his image in the dictionary. That's him through and through.
Yes, sir.
Just Kaguya being able to recognize that and appreciate that. And just, that's another level, just appreciating something, an aspect of somebody's character and what makes them them. That's like a magical thing. And that's why I know everything that's been put in place is going to lead to something crazy. Because bro, every little element, all these little hints, all these big steps, culture festival about to be lit.
I agree. I guess just to close, what's your, apart from the Tsubame and Ishigami thing, what's the main thing you're hoping to see in these upcoming episodes? Because I guess this is going to close out the season.
Yeah, definitely want to see Kobachi, mostly because I now understand that we don't see her enough for her to be doing a lot of things and a lot of things to be happening. She's experiencing a lot of things at the moment, and we're just getting little drips and drabs in terms of information. I can't really see her dynamic with the head of cheerleading. That'll be interesting. I definitely pushing towards the Chica antics I want to see what the game
Yeah.
clubs. I want to see what the game club do, because I know they were trying to hush it up a bit with this episode, but like I know Chika is gonna be involved. Like she's there, she's involved in the planning. I know that then the game club are not gonna have it. They're like, nah, we're gonna do something. So I'm excited for that. And obviously the biggest thing, obviously Shirogane and Kaguya, and just excited to see if we're actually gonna get a real, not like a fake one, not like a hint, and we're like, oh, let's just be together in the cultural festival and it's cute and stuff, and then we go on playing games afterwards. Nah, a real, I'm really establishing my feelings for you and exposing myself and putting it out there in a way that nobody can misunderstand what I'm saying, and everything changes from now on.
I feel it. I agree. I want to see just what Kagi's going to be up to for during the 2 days, all my student council guys. But I think I want to see what Miko gets up to. I want to see what else she's interested in doing. And then who else was it? Chika. Yeah, Chika. Because I really hope she gets, some focus. Because again, we've kind of been saying it this season. She's only really used in the joke scenes. It's a bit late. They didn't really set anything up for her, so it might be wishful thinking. But I hope we get some sort of, depth for, not always the jokes, but if we get jokes, I mean, I guess I'll just accept that's her role in the story, even though it's a bit not disappointing, but you kind of wish you get more. But we'll see. I'm gonna keep an open mind. But yeah, this was a good episode, one of the best of this season, and they did a really good job of setting up the culture festival. They've really been hyping it up, and I think this episode was the great way to end up the build up for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, top tier episode. Looking forward to the events that will follow this. And in closing, thank you guys for listening. Appreciate your support. Like the vids. Continue to show some support. Comment. Interact with us. We also have we also dropped a new podcast episode that's on your wherever streaming service you listen to.
Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor.
All of them.
Yeah, so hit them up.
Hit that up. It's a special episode. Long time coming. Domino Ace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So yeah, man. So if that's it, Daniel.
Yes, one last thing. Football season's over. Champions League final was glorious. And the tears. Listen, the hating I saw on Sunday. Oh my days! I've never seen hating like this before. Oh my goodness! But yeah,
people love the hate, man.
Certain fans have to hold that. I mean, Champions League semi-finalists, they didn't win. I mean, Chelsea didn't win, but we won last year, so
it's true. You can hold your
the fans
your
in
head
question. The fans in question know who I'm talking about.
Expose
you have to
them.
hold that L.
Expose them.
Liverpool, they tried it. They thought they could get away with the goal got disallowed, but the football god said, no, that's not gonna. And Trent got exposed.
Man was sleeping. He was napping. He was
Virgil
napping.
van Dijk. He didn't want to engage with the ball.
Man said, I'm gonna run the straight line backwards. Not gonna engage the player with the ball.
Did you see the way man stuck out his leg at the end?
I wasn't even trying.
I was trying to back it up, bruv.
I'm finished. That wasn't it. That wasn't it.
Nah, they have to fix up, man. That was a poor showing by Liverpool. The goal, because I'm just like, the thing is, yeah, I was just looking at how easy it was for Vinicius to just tap it in.
Bro, I could have done that.
I'm
no joke.
telling you, he was sleeping, bruv. Because the thing is, he was too busy focusing on the middle. And how many were they playing at the back? Because it looked like they were playing 3 at the back, right?
It was 3 then because Robertson was caught upfield. So it was definitely 3.
So he should have been focusing on the right side because they already had another man in the centre at the time. Yep. So he shouldn't be so focused on Benzema. and he let the ball go in front of him. I understand why he stopped. He couldn't necessarily kick it in that position, but like because he went in front of him, Vinicius just went into the goal. But
simple. He saw Benzema and lost composure.
He did. But that was the tears, the complaining I saw. I was just like, yes, it's not Chelsea for once, so I'm happy.
No, it's true. I'm not going. We might have to add football discussion to the pods. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sports discussion. Just get a couple people on and ramble. Whether it's basketball,
you never know. It
football,
could be good.
It could be good. By saying that,
little,
you know them ones.
little miscellaneous talk. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, fam. That'll be very lit. Very lit.
We added some unnecessary minutes, so we have to go now, innit?
Yeah, bless up, guys. Later.
I love you.